Hello, Mark Red Larson here for the Dreamcatcher Podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today I have Stephanie Romeo from France as my guest. Thank you for joining us, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for having me. Mark,
So,
thank you.
so how is everything in France today?
Everything is fine. The weather, spring is back almost.
Ah, cool.
So that is good.
That is. Yeah, we've been going to Nebraska. We had spring 2 days ago and winter yesterday again, and it doesn't know what to do. It's going to do today. So I guess that is kind of the spring pattern a little bit. So okay. We talked the other day, Stephanie, and we just have recently gotten to know each other. So you do the KAL Method, and your book, which we'll talk about a little bit more, just came out in print and in an actual book. So what was the impetus that got you started on this journey?
Oh, what got me started was an accident that I had in 2015.
Okay.
It was a pivotal moment. I was in a restaurant and I was having lunch, and there was this explosion.
Oh, wow.
And there was one person impacted or reached or hit by this explosion.
Oh, okay.
And so everything came on me. I was sprayed with burning chemicals, and the fireball ignited my clothes.
Oh my gosh.
So, a long story short, that was a long journey actually that started at this moment of recovery, and I thought I would never recover actually. Like I would never feel happy again. The trauma was deep.
I bet.
Because of several things. But I finally did recover thanks to coaching.
Awesome.
And that's what got me on this journey of becoming a certified life coach, specializing in trauma, and creating the KAL Method, as you mentioned.
Okay, very cool. So, what caused that explosion? I mean, you don't think of that when you're going to a restaurant. So.
Yeah. That was it. It was a mistake, let's say, from the staff who didn't use the material properly. Let's say that it was a buffet. It was a buffet.
Okay.
And what happened is that they refilled the cups, the hot.
Oh, sure.
Cups.
Right.
And we're not supposed to do that, and that creates an explosion. And that's why I said that I was sprayed with this burning chemical.
The stuff that they. Oh, wow. So that's what it was.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So you had burns over your body, or what did you have that went on with that? I mean, that had to be so painful too, I would think.
Oh, yes. If we want to go into the details, yes. We can imagine that burns are painful, but actually we cannot imagine how it is. My thighs, my stomach, my arms, and my both hands were impacted. I burnt myself actually because I tried to extinguish the fire that was on me.
Right.
And that's the way I burnt my both hands. I thought I was going to, I guess I wouldn't have died actually, but in this moment, the first reaction was I need to save myself.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, okay, so I can talk about a journey back from that. You said you didn't think you were going to recover. So for somebody that's going through something traumatic like that, how did you start to recover from that?
I started to recover when I got some new information that I didn't have until then.
Okay.
And those new informations actually they came from a life coach.
Okay.
And that was a haha moment, actually, because she talked about the brain and about thoughts and about feelings and how all of these work. And I realized at this moment that all the painful thoughts that I had, they seemed very, 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 very true, of course.
Yes.
But maybe there was a thought error. Maybe they were not the truth.
Okay.
And so from this point, it was possible for me to get out and see and change my my view of the world change a little bit. Like, okay, maybe there is something else that I don't know. And then I started to explore, and then that's what brought me into coaching and knowing more and being so obsessed, I would say, or so passionate about the brain.
Right.
Yes, and becoming an expert.
Okay, so how long ago did you start becoming the coach and the expert? I mean, how long ago has that been?
Yeah, well, nearly 2 years ago, let's
2 years
say,
ago? Okay.
that I've been coaching.
Okay, so how did you become a coach? How did you? I mean, I'm sure you just started digging in and seeing, and maybe from your coach you had it.
Yeah, I certified. Actually, I chose to certify with the coach that I trusted, because she was the one saying all these things that helped me so much. So what I did, she's American, so I decided to follow her training, and so this is what I did, and I'm now happy to help.
Okay, that is so cool. I mean that was an extreme trauma, but I think everybody goes through trauma. Some people maybe most their whole lives. So we'll put in the show notes and everything. But how can people get a hold of you if they're just when initially touch bases with you? Yeah,
so I have a website which is called StephanieRomeo.com.
Okay.
And also I'm on social media. I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook, a little bit on Instagram. I am trying to figure this out.
Me too. Yeah, I have not figured that one out yet. Yeah, there is a process there, that's for sure. And I'm still in that process, to say the least. So, got that. So this KAL method, what does the KAL method, what does that stand for?
Mm-hmm. So KAL stands for knowledge, awareness, and love.
Awesome.
Because actually I found out that there are specific knowledge that we don't have, and it's what I said. Mm-hmm. Because of this knowledge, I was like, okay, this was a part that was missing. But to also access this specific knowledge about how things work, how the brain works, all the things, you need awareness. We need to be in a state where our mind is at peace, and there are so many obstacles to this awareness. So we need to cultivate this awareness so that we can always be aware of what's going on.
Right.
And the last part is love, and how to love ourselves, because it's really key actually in the process, I would say, of healing completely, and especially with the way I put it in my method. The three of them, they go together.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay, mm-hmm. That is very cool. So, how long? I mean, does it vary with each person that you deal with on how long it takes?
So
go ahead.
From 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
It's necessary to take the time to learn and implement the tools. What is important for me is that people, when they come to me, they get better, of course. They find the peace, and the past stop being hurtful. But then more than that, or not even more than that, but complementarily, I want them to be able to be autonomous and to use all the things they have learned with me by themselves.
Right, yeah.
And so this is because those tools that I'm talking about, I apply them every day in my life, and they apply them every day in their life too, to build the life they want.
Yes, amen. Yes.
Yeah, we learn to manage our mind, and that's the key actually. If we manage the mind, then we're good.
I 100% agree with you on that. Okay, going to that with a question on that. How do you manage your mind? Like my mind, especially at night, likes to race and be negative and all that stuff. Because most of the time I'm a very positive person. But how do you manage your mind? I mean, what would be one of the steps to do that?
So one of the steps is to separate facts and thoughts.
Okay, interesting.
So our thoughts are not reality. We have our perception of reality is is biased from our
True.
own mind and from our education, from our programming, from our beliefs. So we see the world through this lens, my lens. And
right.
next to me, the other person will see the world through their lens. And we may look at the same thing and we don't see the same thing. So
interesting.
we need to bring some, so it's really like being connected to the present moment where things are very, very simple actually. Like I am sitting, okay, and you are sitting too, okay, and we are two human beings chatting and making noises with our mouths.
Exactly, yes.
And then, so those are the facts. And then around that, we can tell ourselves so many stories. And that those stories may be, the story that I can tell myself may be, oh my gosh, this is so stressful to be talking this way and having talking on the, being recorded. And we are doing the same thing, but your story might be, oh, I love what I'm doing, interviewing people, it's just the best thing. And we are just doing the same. We're just sitting, talking. Okay?
That's awesome. I mean, love that. I mean, I really thought of it that way with the fact and then what you tell your brain. So, I have numerous friends that have anxiety. So what would that be? That just the brain getting caught up in the whole thing, or what would that be?
Exactly. Yes, anxiety is it's triggered. There's always a thought behind something. Okay, maybe there's an hyperactivation of the amygdala, but what happens is that we can get a grip or handle it by finding what is the thought causing this anxiety. So we sit down and then we ask ourselves, so we calm down, of course, breathing, feeling connected to what's around us, and realizing that actually, okay, there's right now there is no lion, nothing to fear.
Right.
And we ask ourselves, we make like, what is it? Okay, what is causing this anxiety? What is it? What am I thinking? What am I thinking? And often, it's going to be a very simple thought, or maybe a question that you don't answer. And questions that you don't answer, they are create anxiety. So, for example, if I take an example the other day, I had just a message. I got a message from Amazon, who is my publisher, and they said, your book is on sale now.
Okay,
it's available. People can buy it. Cool. So that's great news.
Yes.
And at the same time, what I felt was like I noticed that there's a discomfort. This is anxiety. Because whenever I feel a discomfort in my body, a negative feeling, I stop. Because I know that there is a thought error. There is a mistake in my brain. There is something. My brain is thinking something that it wants me to hey, look at this. I create this anxiety to show you that you're thinking something that is wrong, actually. Something is wrong.
Wow.
Yes.
That is...
So it's like a signal. When you feel that, you stop. And you okay, there's a mistake somewhere. And I need to find it. Because what we need to know is that feelings are caused by our thoughts. One sentence in our mind will create a feeling. Yes, it's not that people do something outside. It's because we have a thought that they shouldn't do it. And that creates the frustration or anger.
Right, yeah.
So it's always a sentence. And so if you find the sentence, then you're good. So I sat down and I wondered. So at first I realized it brought me some peace because, this is all very quiet here. Okay, so what is the thought? And the thought was, the thought was actually it was a question, and as I said, a question can trigger anxiety.
Right.
What's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? Like a book is on sale, and what's going to happen now? Are people going to? So I hadn't answered it, of course. And of course, when I answered it, I was like, well, people were just going to buy the book, or maybe not buy the book, or maybe they will buy it and read it and have thoughts about it, of course, because they have brains. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, every kind of thoughts. Okay, that's cool. Okay. And it was gone. My anxiety was gone because and I made fun of this brain. I mean, this is our condition. We can have a lot of fun, actually, and I didn't know that.
And I love that, the way you worked through that, and it is I really like the way that process you took there, and just kind of question what is next and everything, and that's an awesome process, and I've never heard anybody take anxiety and do that with it. I mean, yeah, I can understand. It's like, oh, now the book's out. I'm gonna have everybody be able to look at it, and I can see that. Thank you for that tip. That was so awesome. So I got to remember that the next time I have, because I may not have anxiety all the time, but we all do, And I know some people that have anxiety almost daily, and it seems debilitating. And I feel for them greatly on that. So, okay. So another question. So I'm the dream catcher. So how do you deal with somebody in their brain when they don't think they're worth their dream? They don't. They just like, well, that's great for them, but not for me. So in your mind, what would the brain be doing in that instance?
Okay. What I would do is that. So there's something that I teach first. So as I said, that's part of the method that I've created, and this is a concept that I used. And this concept, this idea, is that whenever you feel a negative emotion that is triggered by a thought, so it's triggered by a thought, it means that there's a mistake somewhere in this thought, that you need to change your thinking.
Very interesting.
So, if someone says, I don't think that I can do that. And I ask them, how do you feel when you say that? And they might say, well, I feel bad. Of course, I feel...
Right.
I feel sad. And we know that there's an error in their thinking. That doesn't mean that this dream that they have, or maybe they will going to pursue this dream, but at least maybe that's not the right dream.
True.
But at least they know that there is a dream for them. So let's say that, okay, maybe I'm someone I dream to become a pilot of plane, business plane. And part of me thinks, but it's not for me. And I say, how do you feel? They say, I feel bad. Okay, so there's the mistake somewhere. And then we explore. So maybe they will come to the conclusion that, but maybe indeed I can be a pilot. Maybe they will come to this place where they can believe in it.
Right.
Yeah, because there's a third error. But if they finally don't decide to pick this thought, they might think, okay, maybe this is not the dream, but maybe this dream is for me. And then they feel good again. And then they will go and pursue this dream. And our feelings are our guiding system.
Yeah. Yep.
And I use them this way all the time. Yes. My clients use them this way as well, as I teach.
Yeah, I like the thought there's an error. I mean, that is really that's an interesting way to put that. That is so awesome. So, okay, so I'm talking about your book. What is the name of your book? And obviously you can find it on Amazon. So,
but it's in French right now.
Oh, is it in French? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so maybe I'll come back and I'll talk about my book being translated into American. We have started to do it, to translate it, but for now it's just in French. But that's. I knew that I would release this book. I've been working on it for all the time of my recovery, actually. So it was like 7 years. So, and I knew anyway. It felt good. it will be published, or yeah, it felt good. I didn't know yet about my technique, but it was what took me there. So
kind of a journey there as you go through it. Yes. So how? I mean, you speak English so well. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm sure you. I mean, had you always spoke English this well, or I mean?
When I was 18, I spent a year in the U.S. In Alabama, yes, and I've always loved speaking English. So speaking English, for example, my level wasn't this one a few years ago. Before the training to become a certified life coach, my English was not at this level. But because, especially after trauma. Oh yes, you go after your dream. Be happy. Be more happy than you can be, even if it seems to you absolutely impossible right now. Because if you have lived something this is terrible, I know that the place you are right now is just it's impossible. And so we know that. But I know that what I'm saying will resonate with people who are ready to move their life, move forward, and to transform their suffering into something. Yes, right? This is all the goal. Yes. So achieve your dream, and that was a dream of mine, to be able to enjoy conversations like nice people like you, and have fun and pleasant and.
So what did you think of Alabama?
I was surrounded by nice people, and I was blessed. Yes, and I'm still in touch with the family. By the way, they are
very nice
people that I love.
No, so have you been back to the United States after that?
Several times. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you have any place that you really like really well besides Alabama?
There are so many places. I mean, you have wonderful national parks, of course.
Yeah.
And I love the beach and sun. I love warm weather.
No, that is cool. So, where you're located, where at in France?
Yes, I'm in France right now, next to Toulouse. Southwest of France.
So in that area, if somebody was coming to visit, what would be some things you would tell them in that area that would be great to view?
Well, there are many places in France, but Toulouse is a very nice city. I would invite them to visit Toulouse, and then 2 hours away there is Bordeaux, that is wonderful, and I love the Cap Ferret. It's a wonderful place, like a dream place. It's like a postcard.
Oh, okay.
It's I've never seen something like that. It's a bay and a beach, like it's very flat with fisherman cabins, shelters.
Oh, very nice.
So it's wonderful. And just next to me, I mean, I'm surrounded by 12th century cathedral or churches or this kind of. Yes, this is a medieval place here where I live. I mean, I'm close to KAL. And then this place, Rocamadour. I know that Rocamadour is pretty well known in the world. It's like an abbey that is on the rock. It's like a kind of mountain, and the abbey is. There are many things to visit.
Very nice. So going back to, so what do you see with your book? Do you have another book in you, or more than one book?
Yes, well, actually, probably more than one.
That's good.
I have started several, but the one I would like to write right now is more about how suffering is here to wake us up, and I want to develop that, of course, because when I say that, is of course, but that's I would like to write on that, so that would be a good support also for trauma survivors. Could be yes. That's my next project. I'm working on it like when I can. So.
Sure.
I've started and then I stopped and then and then I'm stopping it. You know.
I know how that goes. Life gets in the way of the best laid plans there a lot of times. So, but that is, I mean, and like I said earlier, I mean, there's so much different levels of trauma, and I mean, some of the stuff is so silent. I mean, people suffer with it, I think, like I said earlier, I think their whole life. And that's just a shame that it doesn't ever get resolved. So, so some books coming. So what else? I mean, you do this worldwide? Your KAL Method and everything?
Yes, yes. I coach online, so that's really comfortable. I mean, that allows people to reach out to me from wherever they are. So that's really, really cool. And the other thing I'm working on right now is on a TED. I'm preparing a TED talk because of this concept that I'm sharing and about emotions and yeah. I mean, I have things to talk about.
Oh, you do definitely. Yeah, I mean, so are you getting scheduled for your TED talk? Or
I am filling the application forms right now.
Cool.
Yes, oh. That's some work actually. And then there will be other stages and the interviews and there are so many people who have so many interesting things to say. So
yeah, no, that.
Yeah, but I believe I will be on stage one day and speak about that. I believe there's a place for it, definitely.
I do too.
It can help.
Yeah. So, are you speaking on any stages right now? Just in general as speaker with people? Have you come speak then?
No, well, not. I think that this TED that I'm preparing right now, it would be the biggest challenge for me.
Oh, yes, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And once you do a TED Talk, I mean that is a really great way to go. So okay, when you do your TED Talk, is there a place in France that you do it?
Well, actually, what I do is because I want to do it in English. I want as many people as possible. I want to reach as many people as possible.
Sure.
That's why I have my practice in English, and I apply actually in English, like in the US. So in the US, or it can be in any English-speaking country, or country. So I haven't applied in France actually. Probably I might do it once, but for now I'm more focused in doing it in English. And then, of course, I will share it with French people also, because not everybody speaks English. I know that. So
yeah, no, that is so awesome. I mean, and I wish you the best on that. You're gonna you will do a great TED Talk. So
thank you.
And with the business part of this, what do you see for the future of that? Developing any more methods or?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that the KAL Method. So some people have reached out to me, coaches, to be trained at the KAL Method.
Awesome. Okay.
And I will probably. I mean, I will certify people on this method, and so that it can be known and spread.
Right.
It's pretty. I make things simple, and it's simple, but it's not. It requires commitment and work. I mean, because it's like every day, every day you were asking me how I manage my mind. And actually, it's like the body. How do you manage your body? You do a little exercise. You need to do it every day. And,
true, right.
And brush your teeth, and obviously.
Yeah.
If you don't do it.
Exactly, it is.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, you have to have.
It's exactly the same with the mind. We need to take care of it every day. So you asked me about I separate facts from thoughts, but what I do also is writing down my thoughts and see what's in my brain and all the silly thoughts that I have in my brain. Because like you, I have terrible thoughts, like everybody. I mean, and people, and some people more than others. That's also, And I am one of those people who have terrible thoughts. Yes.
Okay. But writing down, that's interesting. I've never thought about doing that, but getting it on paper there. And I'm going to have to try that next time I have that.
Oh, yeah, do that. You will be amazed by all these thoughts that you don't even sometimes agree with. Oh, am I really thinking that?
Yeah, it probably would. I mean, I just know what it thinks at night, and it's like, how could you come up with this stuff? And it's just, I need to just have something. Well, I know they always say you should have something by your bed so you can write down things, and maybe that's what I need to just do, get the negativity out then. And I have no idea why I'm so negative at night and positive the other parts of the day. But I'm going to try that. Thanks for that tip. I appreciate that too. So, Stephanie, anything else that you want to tell the audience today?
Well, I want to tell the audience that wherever they are in their journey, if they have lived trauma, if they suffer from something from the past, there is a way that they can stop suffering from it. if they want it, there is a way. Whatever they have lived, it can always be better. So that's really a message of hope. And when they are ready, anyone can reach out to me, and I will be happy to help.
That is so awesome, and thanks for sharing that. That is, it does. It's a ray of hope for, I think, a lot of people that don't think there is a way out. I think that is so awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for doing the podcast today, and
thank you for having me.
I hope to have you back for a follow-up, if I can talk, follow-up podcast. If you would do that, I'd love to have you as a guest again.
Sure, thank you. I would love to.
But thank you for that. I've enjoyed talking with you today. This is so awesome. I know I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. And I look forward to seeing what goes on in the future and everything you're doing. I mean, and your TED Talk. I really look forward to hearing that. So, but I'm going to let you go and have a great rest of your day. I don't even know what time it is. I know it's probably afternoon there in France.
Yeah, it's 3:30 right now. Yes.
Okay. So very, very good. So, well, thank you for joining us, and I look forward to the next time. So, and you take care, and we'll talk to you later then.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.